You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. Today is August the 13th. Man, time is flying. We are almost in the middle of August. Can you believe it? The kids are going back to school. Fall is right around the corner. Time is flying, doesn't wait for anyone. Listen, happy Tuesday, my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land, and all of you around the world listening to the show. So glad to be with you today. It's a beautiful day in Gwinnett County right now. It's about 76 degrees, going up to about 96 degrees. So there's going to be a warm one today, and I got to go outside today. Man, when I saw that weather, I was like, oh, crap, I got to go outside. I got to go out today. Sometimes I like going out, sometimes I don't, especially when it's hot. And it's so weird because, well, you know what? I think I'm like most people. If we could have fall and spring all year long, that would be the ideal situation for most people. Especially for me, I love the fall and I love the spring. But anyway, it's the summertime, so I can get over that right now and wait till, well, let me see. So September is officially fall, September 21st. However, I'm in Georgia, so fall probably kick in around October, November. We had a warm year last year. Like the coldest day we had, I think, was 17 degrees, and that was like for a day, literally. Like, you know, when I was in Jersey, 17 degrees could have been like for a whole month. No, we might have had 17 degrees for maybe 2 days tops, and then it went back up to like 50. So, you know, but I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So listen, we're going to go ahead and jump right in here with our horoscopes brought to us by our noted astrologist, Michael Thyssen. He's going to tell you what the stars have been what you have in the stars today, what the stars are saying to you today. And we're going to jump in and kick it off with Aries. Aries, if you take on too much, you will find yourself in a martyrdom. Keep your thoughts to yourself for the time being. Listen, keep your thoughts to yourself. Don't share them with anybody. It's not today. You will be a bit of a spendthrift today. All right. Keep your thoughts to yourself, Aries. Responsibilities with respect to older relatives may be a burden. Oh, Taurus, don't be like that, Taurus. Well, I get it. Sometimes, hey, listen, sometimes it's a lot. You will have the ability to capture the interest of others. Don't get involved with individuals who are already committed to others. Listen, Taurus, if they're already committed, that's a no-no. So just know that. Don't do it. You're going to cause yourself more trouble than you need. Gemini, get busy making those changes to your home. Partnerships could be tense. Don't push your luck. Avoid lovers who already have a relationship, even if it's a bad one. Okay, so Gemini, Taurus, if they're already in a relationship, even if they're bad, avoid them like the plague. Same thing. Avoid them. Don't do it to yourself. Cancer. There's a lot to be done, and if you meet your deadlines, you'll be in your boss's good books. Okay. You want to get in the good books today, Cancer? Meet the deadlines. You may want to look into warm vacation spots. Not if you're in Georgia because it's already hot. Be honest in your communication and don't lose your cool. Stay calm. Stay cool. Cool heads prevail. Leo, relatives will want to get together. Don't let others try to create unwarranted guilt if you can't meet their demands. Don't jump the gun. You may find yourself getting angry at the wrong person. Just watch out. Before you jump the gun today, Leo. Make sure the person you jumping at is the right person. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings unnecessarily because it's the wrong person. Virgo, your ideas are good and career moves can be realized. Uncertainties about your personal life are probable. You may have been trying to do too much, leaving yourself exhausted and open to colds and infections. Virgo, take care of yourself. Don't do too much. I know a lot of us do that. We try to do too many things at once and you get sick. That happened to me. I never get sick. I was so sick one day. I got a cold, and I never get a cold. I got a cold, but I realized it was because I wasn't taking care of myself. I was pushing the business, and I still push the business. But right now, I think for me, I'm trying to get to more of a place of peace. So listen, I'm not going to get up on my soapbox about health and all that good stuff because I got to come back and bring you the rest of the horoscopes brought to us by astrologer Micah Thyson right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett show. But before that, I am going to go to a song.
Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, ooh. Never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move it, see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by astrologer Micah Thyson. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Draw up contracts regarding your personal situation. Don't let your partner put you down. The talk you have may be eye-opening with regard to your present situation. Listen, don't let your partner put you down. Sometimes people try to make themselves feel better by putting down somebody else. So if your partner is the one doing it, you might even want to think about that person. Like, really? You want somebody who's going to lift you up, not somebody who's going to put you down. Scorpio, romance and social activity will be a promising combination. You can make alterations to your appearance that everyone will admire. If you're going to do it for yourself. If people admire it, it's great, Scorpio. But if you're going to make alterations to your appearance, make sure you're doing it for yourself. Doing it for the right reasons, not for everybody else. Even though it's cool when people give you compliments, but make sure you're doing it for yourself. You are best to do something energetic with friends instead. Sagittarius, romantic opportunities are evident if you get involved in large group or organizations. Okay, Sag, could be some romance on the horizons, only if you get involved with large groups or organizations. This probably because you get a chance to meet a lot of people. Don't let your partner start any argument. So if you're already, okay, you're going to go out, you're going to meet some people, and you got a partner that want to start arguments, okay, watch out, partner that's starting arguments with the Sagittarius. Passion should be redirected positively. You have opportunities to advance, but you may have to be willing to make some changes and possibly a residential move. You have opportunities to advance, but you may have to be willing to make some changes and possibly some residential moves, Sagittarius. You know, it's so funny. I got a friend that's a Sagittarius, and she is at that exact point right now. Like, she has so many opportunities, but a lot of them are requiring her to leave where she lives. I'm talking about leave the state totally. So that's pretty spot on right there. Capricorn, take special care in any home improvement project you work on today. You'll be glad you did. Talk to the party involved and make sure that they are informed as to what actually happened. Be careful not to exaggerate when interacting with your lover. Listen, be real, Capricorn. Don't over exaggerate the whole thing. Be real. People pick up on fake stuff. They do. Aquarius, your high energy will help you through this rather hectic day. Control your temper by getting immersed in your work. It's favorable time for real estate. Real estate investments and money-making opportunities. So the time is now for real estate investments and money-making opportunities to be successful. Okay, Aquarius, it's a good day to make some moves, make some money moves. That's what Cardi B said, I make money moves. It's a good day to make money moves, Aquarius. And my fellow fish, Pisces, plan to visit friends and relatives. You could be attracted to individuals who are anything but good for you. Don't blame everything on your mate. I won't be doing any blaming today. That is our horoscopes today, brought to you by astrologer Micah Thyssen right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. I'll be back tomorrow to give you more of the horoscopes and what the stars have in store for you from astrologer Micah Thyssen. But right now we're gonna move on to some news. So check this out. This is amazing. I think I talked about. I know I talked about. So last week I talked about Buford High School, the brand new high school that just opened up this year, $85 million project, right? $85 million for a high school. The high school is said to be one of the most beautiful high schools ever. It has 3 buildings. It's huge. You got to go back to the show. I don't even know what episode it was, but I talked about it. But you can always go online and look it up. But check this out. So for the 3rd straight year in a row, Buford City Schools is ranked number 1 district in Georgia. It's the number 1 district in Georgia, the schools, right? Buford. But listen, they spent $85 million on a high school, so that's a great thing, right? Buford is also number 1 in Georgia for the fastest growing school district, best athletes, best places to teach, and number 2 for the best teachers, and number 13 for the diversity in the state of Georgia. I'm talking about, those are some great records, like for real. Like, that is really cool. So, and this was 3 years in a row. So you got to know that right now, that's amazing. The district has 4,507 students in grades pre-K through 12, with the student-teacher ratio of 16-1. 16-1. I don't even think I've ever heard that before. I heard 21, 20, 28-1. I've never heard 16-1. 16-1. According to the state test scores, 70% of the students are at least in math and 60% in reading. Nationwide, Buford ranks number 105 for best school districts, but number 6 for the best in athletes, and number 36 for the safest school in the district. How about that? Nationwide, we talking about nation. We talking about 105 out of 50 states. That is amazing. Kudos to those over at to the staff and the faculty over at Buford City Schools. You guys are doing a great job. Let's give them a round of applause and congratulations. I mean, that's really something to be proud of, because we value education. You have to value education, because you can't get anywhere without education. You can't. I don't care. Even if if you decide not to school, you still got to be educated in something. You got to be educated in something. So you gotta get your education, whether you be in a Buford City School, or a Lawrenceville City School, or Atlanta City School, or Albany City School, or New York. Got to get the education. Education is powerful. The great thing about Buford City is that they take it really serious, and that's why they're ranked number 1 in Georgia and number 105 in the whole freaking nation. That's huge. There's a lot of schools out there, and I guarantee you, a lot of the ones that are beating them out for the position of number 1 are private schools. I bet you that a lot of the schools that are beating Buford out are private schools. I prep school. I guarantee you that. Buford's overall grade is a A+, receiving that same grade for teachers, for clubs and activities, administration, food, college prep, health, safety, and sports. Buford receives an A for academics, diversity, resources, and facilities. Okay, so they must have didn't see the new facility yet, but I guess they gotta take all the facilities into consideration. But because if they look at that school that just got built for $85 million, yeah, it would, yeah, yep. So listen, congratulations to the Buford City Schools for doing a great job over there. Teachers, if you're looking for a place to teach, Buford ranks number 2 for teachers to teach. No, number 1 for teachers to teach in the state of Georgia, and number 2 for some of the best teachers. All right, keep it moving, y'all. Keep it moving. So right now, Gwinnett County's economic advisor, UGA professor Jeffrey Dorfman, is just got a promotion. He's going to be named the state physical economist, which is very nice. The University of Georgia professor who has been providing Gwinnett County commissioners with economic advice for several years has been picked to build the economic forecast for the state government. So that is a big jump. You know, not that he wasn't doing a great job for us, but he has been recognized by Governor Kemp, who announced on Monday that he has appointed Jeffrey Dorfman to be Georgia state physical economist. The longtime college professor, economist, and author will take the task. We be tasked with creating economic forecasts that are based on Georgia tax revenues, and work with the bond revenue agencies to track trends in revenue in the economy. That is so cool. He must be did a good job. So when he was in his role as an advisor to the Gwinnett County Commissioners, Dorfman has been a fixture at the Commission's annual strategic planning sessions each spring. During those sessions, Dorfman has given commissioners and other county leaders an economic forecast presentation on trends and issues the county needs to look out for. So congratulations to Jeffrey for a job well done. And because of that, your work is, you get promoted. So congratulations. I like to show people to be appreciated. You're doing a good job, you're doing a good job. It's a good thing to be recognized. Hard work is always nice to be recognized for your hard work. Always. All right, so the owners of popular Philadelphia Faux Shop is bringing Faux Georgia Tony to Norcross. So Norcross is getting a new restaurant. The owners of the popular Faux Georgia Tata, that's funny, Faux Georgia Tata are slated to open Faux Georgia Tony at the Carter Oak Plaza located at 5495 Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross in September. So there's a new restaurant coming to Norcross. So listen, you know what I say all the time. And let me tell you this. There are so many restaurants that open up in our area. I'm sure all across Georgia. But because I'm covering Gwinnett, I know there's a lot. I think I announced one, was it yesterday, I think? Was it Lazy Dog? Did just open up? If you ever thought about owning a restaurant, buying a franchise, the first thing I would tell you is first go get your feet wet and work at a restaurant. Go get your feet wet, it's like doing an internship but being paid, right? And that's how you got to think of it. If you say, you know what, I want to own my own restaurant one day, the best thing for you to do is to go and work at a restaurant and see how everything flows. Work at a couple of them if you can, just to see what the flow is like, just to see what the customer service is like, and look at the things you like, look at the things you don't like, look at the things you can improve on. It's like being a paid intern. If that's the industry you're trying to get into, and we have a lot of restaurants opening up here in Georgia. But here's the thing, you got to have your paperwork right. Your paperwork has to be right. Your resume has to be filled out right. Your IDs have to be in place. You need to be able to pass a background check just in case they want to run one on you to get a job. But if you're thinking about getting a job in this industry, there are so many restaurants opening up. Go in there. Think of it as a paid intern. Even if you have to work part-time on the weekends, part-time at nights, if you work nights and work part-time a couple of hours during the day, but get your feet wet, because you want to know. You may think this is an industry you want to be in. Like I know now my husband is a cook, right? He cooks all the time. And people always say, you should start a restaurant. You should start a restaurant. And I say it too. But what I said to him is, you need to go work at one first, because it's not my thing. Now, I can handle marketing for the restaurant. What I cannot do is I'm not cooking. I'm not in the kitchen at all. I may be out front talking to people and doing great customer service and marketing. That probably is what I'll be good at. But I won't be in the kitchen because I don't like it. So I'm not going to be happy in the kitchen. I'm going to be grumpy, so I won't be in the kitchen, right? I won't be at the register. It's going to make me unhappy and grumpy. But I will do customer service. I will go out. I will mingle. I will talk to the customers. I will do marketing. I will do surveys. I'll find out what they like, what they dislike. that's what I will be good at, right? And when he decided to open up his restaurant, that's what I'll be doing. But I said to him, you want to go and get your feet wet. So you cook for us, right? And a lot of times he cooked for a lot of us. Like, we have big family gatherings, and he loves to cook. Whenever I have an event he and I need food, he'll cook it. So that part is cool. And that's kind of like catering almost, which is a bit different from running a restaurant, because with catering you don't have that kind of overhead. With running a restaurant, you got overhead. So I said to him, anybody, this is an opportunity for you to get your feet wet. Think of it as a paid internship. That's the way I would think of it, because that's pretty much what it is. That's what you're trying to get into. But anyway, so Fo, Georgia, Tony is going to be opening up again at Carter Oak Plaza, 5495 Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross as early as September. So look out for that. Fo, Georgia, Tony. Fo, Georgia, Tony. That sounds crazy. That's like a mouthful. Everything's a mouthful for me, because I got these braces and I get them off soon. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hopefully that's going to help me talk better. Maybe not. I'm trying to slow down. They tell me I talk too fast. But listen, I'm going to a song, and I'll be back after this next song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show.
Hold on to this storm, 'cause I need to be
back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. The Brazelton Planning Commission will hold a public hearing at 7 p.m. on August 26th at the Brazelton Police and Municipal Court Building, located at 5040 State Route 53, to consider an application for an annexation and rezoning of two properties totaling about 77 acres at the intersection of Georgia 53 and Brazelton Parkway. The plan requests rezoning the two parcels into split zoning of 9.53 acres for general commercial, 32.2 acres for a multifamily housing, 32.5 acres for multifamily housing, 32.28 acres for manufacturing and distribution. The applicant, Stokes Partners LLC, intends to develop the property for 240 multifamily units, 6 commercial properties, 499,000 square feet of warehouse and distribution space. So that meeting is going to take place on September 5th at 4 p.m. So there's going to be a public hearing. So assuming the request is approved, the mayor and the town council will hold the public hearing on the request that day. So you got, if you're interested in that, that's going to be the commission planning. It's going to hold a public hearing 7 p.m. August 26th. Again, that's going to be at the Brazelton Police and Municipal Court Building, located at 5040 State Route 53, to consider the application for annexation and rezoning of the properties. So, you want to know more about that? Check it out. You can always go to you can call Kevin Keller for more information, or you can email him at katiekeller@brazelton.net, or give him a call at 706-654-5797. Again, that's 706-654-5797. Listen, the metro area in Gwinnett is building. People are coming. It's growing. It's growing. All right, move-in day at Georgia Gwinnett College is filled with excitement, heavy lifting for new students. My niece went to college. She was here. She spent the whole summer interning in D.C. on Capitol Hill, so that was an experience for her. Now, here's the funny thing. She was a poli-sci major, and she spent her time interning over at on the Capitol Hill, and we were both excited about that. I'm like, oh, that is so exciting, because, I like politics. And so did she. But what she said to me was, I don't think I want to be up there. And it was so funny because I just knew for a fact, I'm a real country girl at heart. Like, I was born in Georgia, raised in Jersey, but at heart I'm a country chick, and I love family, and I love family being around me. So I would like all the kids to be right here in Georgia with me. Like, my nephew's in Mississippi, she was in Washington, my daughter's here. But I want us all to be together. My brother's still in Jersey. I've been trying to get him here for the last 6 years. He's almost here. And so I was like, oh, man, she's going to go to D.C. and she's going to like it in D.C. and she's not going to come back. She was like, yep, it was an experience. Don't want to work in D.C., not going to go there. And I thought, I was like, wow. But here's the thing. Because of that internship, I just talked about that, about the restaurant. Because she had that internship, she realized that's not something I want to do. But she also realized that there are so many opportunities out there for her. She's graduating early in December. She did it in 3 years, y'all. She kicked down the doors in 3 years. So she's graduated from Georgia Gwinnett College. But she moved back this weekend. So she packed her car up, and she had, it was so much stuff in that car, it was crazy. But so it's moving time at Georgia Gwinnett, and Georgia Gwinnett got a nice campus too. Like, since I've been here, they've built like really nice apartments over there, and it's exciting. And Gwinnett is a beautiful place. Like, I talk about it all the time. It really is a beautiful place to live, work, and go to school. So I know that the kids that are moving in there are excited about doing that. I know they are. The parents probably are excited. And Georgia Gwinnett is growing. Like, they are growing. So that right now, Georgia Gwinnett officials anticipated at least 600 students will move into the campus housing over the course of yesterday and today. They said that the number could get as high as 867 new students moving in. So that is nice. So congratulations, you guys. Grizzly days. Listen, I look forward to seeing what you do. I wish Georgia Gwinnett would get a football team. I really do. They don't have a football team. They got a baseball team. I think they got volleyball and soccer. They don't have a football team. I wish they would get a football team. That would be great. So welcome all of you freshmen. Welcome all the freshmen to Georgia Gwinnett College. Welcome to Gwinnett County. We're happy to have you. Get over there and do some amazing things. I won't tell you to stay because, you may want to move back where your family is. But just in case you want to stay, do some great things here in Gwinnett. Be happy to have you. All right. AARP is having a defensive driving course. It starts at 10:30, so you can still make it. From 10:30 to 5 p.m. at the Gwinnett Public Library, the Swanee branch, located at 361 Main Street in Swanee. To take that driving course is between $15 and $20. If you know if you got points on your license, this is a way to get some of the points off your license by taking this defensive driving course. So AARP is offering it to you the day between 10:30 and 5 p.m., 10:30 a.m. and 5 p.m., and it's going to be located at the Gwinnett Public Library, the Swanee branch, located at 361 Main Street in Swanee. It is not free. It is $15 to $20. For more information or how to register, go to gwinnettpl.org and look for the defensive driving course. So classes, drivers for all ages are welcome. The cost of the class is $15 for members. Bring your membership card. If you're an AARP member, bring your membership card so you can get it for $15. If you're a non-member, it's $20. Check or cash or check only. They don't take credit cards, so don't go there with your credit card because you won't be able to take the class. They only take cash or checks. Take the class. Today, 10:30, again, it's located at the Swanee Branch Public Library, 361 Main Street, and that's in Swanee. You can register by emailing events@gwinnettpl.org. Bring you a drink and a lunch. Bring your own drink and bring you a bag lunch because it's 10:30 to 5 o'clock, so you're going to be there for a long time, almost 8 hours. Be prepared to stay that long. It's going to be a long day. But if you need the class, take the class. That's all I got to say to you. All right. Estate planning. What do you need to know about wills and trusts? This is important. Let me tell you something. Get your financial house in order. You may think that's something for me to just be saying. It is important. I remember my dad passed away and he had a ton of assets. He had no will. Let me just say that again. My dad passed away. He had a ton of assets. He had no will. His estate stayed in probate for a year. He lived in Vegas, and my brother and I had to fly to Vegas. He had just moved to Vegas. He had only been there like 11 months, and that was his dream to always live in Vegas. His wife had passed away about 6 months before he did, and he was like, well, because she had said to me they were going to move. I was living in North Carolina at the time, and she had said to me, we're going to move to North Carolina and be close to you. And I said, that's great. So I was excited about that because my dad is a master carpenter. He was a master carpenter. And my husband and I had this big old house, a big Victorian, which I absolutely love. I love Victorian homes, but it was a big one. Had a really long porch. It had big white posts. I mean, like going with the wind, kind of beautiful. And when they said they was going to be moving to North Carolina, I was excited about that because I knew my dad could help me get that house in order. It needed a lot of work to it, and my husband and I were trying to do it, but we were not Chip and Joanna remodeling nothing. It was a mess. But anyway, his wife had passed away that June, and he decided to sell his home in California and move to Vegas because that's where he always wanted to live. And he got the opportunity to do that for 11 months before he passed away. But when he passed away, he did not have a will. And he had a house. He had 2 trucks. I mean, he had a house full of furniture. He had money in the bank. I mean, it was a lot going on. There was no will. And so there was nothing we could do except for put everything into probate. And I had no idea what all that stuff meant. But after that whole process, I learned a lot. I learned that it's very important to have a will. Like I have a will. My mom has a will. It's very important to make sure you have guardianship papers in place for your children if something should happen to you. All these things are really important. So that's why I'm telling you that today there's a free educational workshop offered by the Atlanta Estate Law Center. That's aimed at informing and guiding you and advising the general public, on a number of estate planning concerns in a relaxing setting. So here's the thing, because you need to know these things. You think it's not important. You need to know why you need to have an insurance policy, right? Most people think, I'm not having no insurance policy, but you do. Especially if you are a parent with children and a family, you want to make sure that if something happens to you, that you are insured. and your family can go on without you. The worst thing to do is for them to lose you because they love you. And then the second worst thing to do is for them to be able to struggle after you're gone. Think about that. Don't be selfish. An insurance policy for a healthy person, you could pay $50 a month for a nice piece of insurance. And people just take it's insurance. It's important. It's really important. My brother is about to retire, and he said to me, I need to go ahead and pick up some new life insurance because all of the life insurance that he has is through his job. But once he retired, he doesn't have it anymore. So I covered his whole. I'm a licensed insurance agency in New Jersey and Georgia. I covered his whole family. I covered him, the wife, and the 3 kids because he knew I'm going to be retiring in a minute. So I need to make sure I'm covered. I need to make sure that everybody's covered. That's important. He called me. I covered him. My daughter had a new baby. Guess what we did? We covered her and the baby. Yes, they have insurance on the job, but if you leave the job, you no longer have that insurance, right? And here's the thing. Let's say you've been working a job for 40 years and the only insurance you've ever had is through your job. And for any strange reason, you have to leave that job. And let's say you're 65 years old, you're going to pay out the wazoo for insurance coverage, especially if you smoke and you have health issues. But if you pick up insurance right now, that's why I told my daughter it's really important to pick up insurance right now because you're young, you're healthy, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you're healthy. Pick it up right now and just hold on to it for dear life. So if anything happens to you, your baby is okay. So that's why these classes are important. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you have a family, or if you want to leave something for your grandkids, that's another thing. Like I'm about to do a new policy on myself just for my grandbaby, just for her. Like if something happens to me, now we have about 4 or 5 policies, but this one is just for her. And if something happens to me, that's her money. This is the quickest way to leave a legacy for somebody. If you say, you know what? I work hard every day, but there's just no way I'm ever going to get to millionaire status, but I want to make sure my kids are okay. Take out a $500,000 policy. Now, here's the thing. If you got crazy kids, don't let them know they got a $500,000 policy when you come. They may pick you off. But think about that for a second. You may work a waitress job, and you may love doing that. And you may make decent money that you could keep food on the table, have a life. But you may say to yourself, I don't see myself leaving my children a lot of money because this job doesn't pay a lot of money. If that's you, think about taking out an insurance policy that's $300,000. And if you are relatively healthy and you don't smoke, smoking is bad. Like when it comes to writing an insurance policy, the first thing they say is, do they smoke? Smoking is bad, 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 bad. When I go to write policies, the first question on the medical side is, do they smoke? It doesn't even talk about sickness. Do they smoke? That's the first thing that come up. So if you smoke, stop smoking because it's bad for you. It's bad for you, your body, your health-wise, and if you're trying to get coverage, it's bad. But anyway, I can stay on this forever because it's important. If you want to learn more about how to protect your home and how to protect your life, your asset protections, how to avoid losing your life savings into a lawsuit, a credit or a nursing home. Does my will protect my stuff? A lot of times it does not. How can my family avoid probate? I just told you that. We went into probate for a whole year. The attorney made a whopping $25,000 off of us because there was no will. Should you have a will? Should you have a trust? What's the difference? What do you need to know about revocable living trust? All these things are important. Let me tell you this. If you have an insurance policy, right? When you go to do your insurance policy, you may want to think about making your beneficiary, making your policy irrevocable, which means that nobody can change it without your say so or without your beneficiary say so. Because I've seen situations where people had insurance policies and somebody go and change it, and so you want to make sure that nobody can change it because people are slick. Listen, if they can hack the freaking election, they can hack anything. So you want to make sure that that's in writing, that nobody can change this without your permission or your beneficiary or the two of you. I wrote a policy for a gentleman, and he made sure that he had that in there. And on the paperwork, it asks you, do you want to make this policy irrevocable? And your answer is yes. Sometimes it's yes. But if you think that you're going to fall out with the person you're leaving your money to, you don't want to make it irrevocable because you can't change it without them, right? You cannot change that policy without them. So if it's irrevocable, if you say that this policy cannot be changed without my permission and my beneficiary permission, it cannot be changed. So think about that. But if you say, you know what, this is my daughter, I'm going to love her for no matter what. You know, I want to make this policy irrevocable so nobody can change this policy without my signature and without hers. Because sometimes people get sick and let's say there's other family members. They'll find the policy and try to change it. That happened to me. That happened to me and my brother. They tried to change the policy, but they could not. It was crazy. When I tell you it was crazy, it was crazy. But anyway, check the workshop out. It's going to be located at the Hyatt Place, Johns Creek. 11505 Matlock Briggs Road, and that's in Duluth. Today from 4 to 6 p.m. Hyatt Place, Johns Creek, 11505 Matlock Bridge Road in Duluth. So check it out. It's free. Get your questions answered. Talk to the professionals. They can help you. I'm telling you, it's important, and I know I've said a lot, but this is important. I've been through probate. I know what it's like. It's not a lot of fun. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be back to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. And check this out. If you miss any episodes of the show, make sure to go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to check it out. And also pick up a Good Morning t-shirt while you're there, a Good Morning Gwinnett t-shirt. All right, I'll be right back.
Can't you see what we're about? I see you at my door, wanting in, come back for more. But I don't want this anymore. 'Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, yeah, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the toe. Watch. Guess I'm not into you that much. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose myself again to someone who's got the toe. Someone who's got the toe. Let me go, let me out. My time is precious to me, so you just have to do without. Here's something you can think about. You play me good, there's no doubt, but you're the one that's missing out. 'Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, yeah, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the toe. Watch. Guess I'm not into
back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So, that whole situation, it sticks in my head because it's so important, guys. Like, you don't think it's that important, but it really is important. Make sure your paperwork is in order. Make sure your finances in order. Just make sure everything is in order. I was just sitting here thinking about that as the song was playing, because I remember having to go out to Vegas, and that was my first time going to Vegas. And for a long time, I didn't like Vegas because I just felt like it was always a memory of my dad passing away. I had to stay out there for 2 weeks. My brother was so miserable, and then we had to go through probate. We didn't know what the heck we were doing. You know, it was just not a good time. So it took me a long time to even want to go back to Vegas because of that. And I finally went back twice. So I'm okay now. But, just keep moving. All right, content managers, content management for designers, content managers, and developers. There's a workshop, a seminar today from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock tonight. If you want to know about content management, this is huge. Ooh, I can't even tell you how huge it is to understand content managers, especially if you are a content manager for a company or you produce your own content for yourself. This show that I'm doing is content. When I get finished with this show, I'm going to go over to my other computer. I'm going to take my inspiration portion of this. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to turn it into a different piece of content. I'm going to have it transcribed. I'm going to turn it into a blog post, and then I'm going to repost it. That's content management. It's not easy. You need to have the proper systems in place. You need to understand what type of content you want to put out. You need to know how to leverage like this whole social media platform. It's not easy. I'm telling you. And if somebody's offering you a free workshop on how to get past all the stuff that's frustrating you and to tell you how to put systems in place, I would say go. If you are a content manager for a job or thinking about and understand this, there are people out there who are looking for content. If somebody wanted to hire me right now as a content manager, I probably make some really good money going in, because you have to understand how content management works. Like, I do a show. This show is syndicated across 20, 30 platforms. It's content management, right? There's no way for me to go and I'm not going to say that. It wouldn't be easy for me to go and look at the stats on all of those platforms. So what do? I put a piece of software in place that track the stats for me. I go to that one software. You need to understand how to manage content. And this will be probably a great workshop for you to do that. So it's going to be a free workshop tonight. Already a lot of people going. It's going to be at Cups Cafe, 4500 Satellite Boulevard, number 1370. Cups, that's Cups with a K, Kups. Cafe with a K, Kafe. It's going to be from 8 o'clock tonight to 10 o'clock. If you are a content manager, content management for designers, content managers, and developers, understand how to manage content. It is really important. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. Cups Cafe, 4500 Satellite Boulevard, and that's at number 1370, and that's in Duluth. Check them out. If you want to know more about this whole event and pre-register online, you can go over and you can look for Devise, content management for designers, content managers, and developers. So you can register. It's hosted by Paul B. And that's on meetup.com, so check it out. Important, guys. All right. So if you are a writer and you supposed to be writing, like I'm supposed to be writing, and I've been trying to get finished with my writing. WriterWorks is hosting a free get together tonight called Shut Up and Write Now. Like shut up right now. Shut up right now. But the word right? Stop procrastinating and start producing together with the group with their minds and energy focused on writing, so you can finally add the next chapter, stanza, or paragraph to whatever written work you're procrastinating about. So if you are procrastinating and you want to be in the room where the energy is very similar to yours because you need to get it done, this is a great opportunity tonight from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's going to be located at I Love Pho Restaurant, located at 4650 Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross. Shut up right now. Go on over there and write. Stop procrastinating. Join some other writers who need to shut up and write. Y'all going to be all in the same group. And this is sponsored by Writer Works, and it's going to be tonight, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., 3 hours of writing at I Love Fo, 4650 Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and that's in Norcross. I think that's another great thing. It's always good to be around people who are something similar to what you're doing, so you can bounce ideas off them, ask questions, mastermind, do brain checks, whatever it is. It's just nice, All right, so for all of you sports lovers, the Columbus Clippers is going to be at the Gwinnett Stripers tonight at 7:05 at Cool Ray Field, located at 2500 Buford Drive in Lawrenceville. So if you like baseball and you want to go out and enjoy an evening of baseball, check out the Clippers and the Stripers tonight. Cool Ray Field, 7:05 p.m. is what time the game starts. Located at 2500 Buford Drive in Lawrenceville. Get there a little early so you can get your seat, get your popcorn, get your peanuts, get your beer, get your Cokes. Get ready. Have a good time. But, make sure you're on time. Be in your seats. Have a good time. That's tonight, 7 o'clock. Listen, it's gridiron season. It's football season, y'all. It is football season. I love football. I like live football. I watch football on television, but I love live football. And when I was in Jersey, my brother coached high school football. I was at all the games because I just like I like outside football. So since I've been here, I go to Discovery High School games. And I remember my husband said he went to work. It's like, yeah, he was telling his people at work, yeah, we went to a football game. And they said, yeah, who you got playing there? And it's like, nobody. It's like, you just went to the game just to be going. Like, yep. But that's me. I just like Friday night football, and it's that time. It's gridiron season. It's time for the pigskins to fly. But to kick it off, they're having movie time today. So if you can still make it, it's at 11 o'clock. If you want to watch We Are Marshall, that's today at 11 o'clock, and you can go do that. It's going to be located at the Eagle Theater, located at 5029 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. Go on over there. Watch We Are Marshall, 11 o'clock. Kick it off. Let's kick the season off. I'm excited about that. 11 a.m. today. They're showing We Are Marshall, and it's going to be at the Eagle Theater, 5029 West Broad Street in Sugar Hill. They got a whole series of football films coming down the pipe for just to kick off the season. They're like me. They like football, so they're kicking it off. We Are Marshall is playing today at 11 o'clock. You can still make it. It's 9:52. Take the kids, take the husband, take a friend. Have a good time. Just go on over there. All right, it's Lil Burn Food Truck Tuesday in Lil Burn. So if you like the food trucks, they're going to be out there today at City Park, located at 76 Main Street in Lil Burn from 6 to 9. Bring your lawn chair, bring your blanket, get relaxed. Lil Burn City Park, the food truck is going to be there. Enjoy. So here are some of the food trucks going to be there. All right, so On the Road, Maine Lobster is going to be there. Blaxican is going to be there. Piece of Pita is going to be there. Angel Fire Barbecue is going to be there. Yumby is going to be there. Loaded Burger is going to be there. King of Pops and Simply Done. Food Truck Tuesday, y'all, in Lil Burn. Lil Burn City Park, 76 Main Street in Lil Burn from 6 to 9. Take your blankets, hang out at the park, just enjoy. They're going to have music, live music, just nice. The High Beams. So this is the name of the group that's going to be there tonight. The High Beams. All right. Check it out. Lil Burn Food Truck Tuesday. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's an outing. And it's Tuesday. Like, most people not doing anything on Tuesday. But it's Tuesday. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you. I'm going to go to this last song, and then I'm going to come back and give you my inspiration of the day because I want you to stay inspired. So stay tuned. Right after this song, I'll be back to give you my inspiration quote for the day.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get you. Paralyzing every pore. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused. When you told you if we dance in the blizzard, we are not getting cold. So keep on dancing, baby. Dance, dance, dance. Oh, dance, baby. Dance, dance, dance.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I just want to give you a little bit of inspiration to help you keep moving towards the day, something to think about, because I think that's important. It's Tuesday, so it's still the beginning of the week for some of you. Some of you, it may be the end of your week. But here's my inspiration for the day. Life is so much bigger, so much grander, so high, so much higher and wider than you allow yourself to think. I think for a lot of us, we get stuck where we are. We can't even see how big and how wonderful life is. Life is big. You know, the fact that we can wake up every morning and put our feet on the floor, open our eyes, hear, hug somebody, it's huge. And I think sometimes we get caught up in our situations. We get caught up in our surroundings and we don't see anything past that surrounding. I remember being in Jersey, and when I moved to Georgia, I said, I'm not going to let this happen to me in Georgia. Jersey is a beautiful place too. But because I was just stuck in my own surroundings, never really moving past a certain part of Jersey, I missed out on a whole lot. I said when I moved to Georgia, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to visit Georgia. I'm going to discover Georgia. I was born here, but I moved when I was 12 to Jersey. And when I went to Jersey, I stayed in Essex County most of the time, Union County most of the time. Really didn't move past that. I would travel and go places like, you know, I would go to the Bahamas, and I went to Jamaica, I went to St. Lucia, things like that. But just around me, I was so used to being where I lived that I didn't even get out and see what was around me. Life is much bigger. It's much grander. But we got to think about that. You got to think about where you are in your life, where you want to go, and know that you can get there. That's the other thing, too. It's old saying, if you believe you can, if you believe you can't, you're right either way. If you think you can or think you can't, you are absolutely right. Either way you look at it. So why not think big? I'm a big time thinker now. I can tell you that. They tell me all the time, oh my God, you make things too big. Everybody tells me that. I'm a big time thinker. But I'm so dedicated to what I do till I get stuck sometimes in my space. Don't let that happen to you. Think big. Don't be afraid to think big. Let me tell you something. Look around you. Especially if you are a business owner, if you're thinking about inventing something. If you are around people who can't think big, get from around those people. Because they will keep you small-minded like them. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be around small-minded people all the time. Sometimes you can't help it because some of those small-minded people are your family and friends. So you kind of have to be around them. But you don't have to be around them all the time. Get around people who think big. Get around people who are out there exploring the world. Who kind of give you that nudge and say, you know what, there's a big world out there. Life is big. It's much bigger, much grander, much higher, much wider than we allow ourselves to think about. Queen Latifah said that, and she was absolutely right. She's one of my favorite people. Right now, if you were in my office, and maybe one day I'll take a picture of my wall, the wall that I face every day as I work. Queen Latifah's on that wall. Rachel Ray, Kathy Hughes, B. Smith, Sheila Crump Johnson, Mary Kay, Tyra Banks, Madam C.J. Walker, Michelle Obama, and of course Oprah. Those are the pictures that are on my wall with their stories. It reminds me of every day of how these women think and how they think and what they know about the world and what they know about success. That reminds me every day when I look at this wall, when I look at my vision board that's here, when I look at my schedule that's on the wall, when I look at the $1 Million Personal Success Plan that I have taped to the wall, I got checks on the wall, I got my baby's pictures on the wall. You know, these are the things that I have surrounding me every day in my office because I'm not surrounded by people. But I need to think bigger all the time. And the way to do that is to look up at that wall and say, you know what? All of these women started like me. They started really small, but they thought really big. When I tell you I think big, I think big. I woke up this morning thinking about this show and thinking about how to expand this show. And I came up, when you sit still for a minute and you just listen, the idea came to me, it's mind-blowing to me. and I'm excited about the expansion of the show. So listen, that's all I got for you today. If you missed any episodes of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and listen to past episodes. If you want to support the show, click on the shop tab on goodmorninggwinnett.com. Purchase a t-shirt, purchase a pillow, purchase a towel, purchase a backpack, a bag, whatever it is to support the show and help me spread the word about the show. We are going to be expanding. We are, and I'm excited about that. Also, tomorrow is Winning Wednesday. So it's the first Winning Wednesday. I'm going to be giving away something tomorrow. So make sure you tune in tomorrow because you don't want to miss the prizes and how to win. So I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Thank you so much for listening to the show and sharing the show. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you spent the last hour and 3 minutes with me, and I really appreciate that. Please do me a favor and share the show with your friends. I am still on my journey to hit 1 million subscribers or 1 million downloads or a combination of both, and I can do that with your help by sharing this show on iTunes, podcasts, on mobile apps. There is an app for this, y'all. There's an app for this. If you got an Alexa, download the Alexa skill. If you got an Amazon Fire Stick, download the Fire channel on there. Good Morning Gwinnett all across the board. But again, thank you for listening. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you miss an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.